Right, so I want to talk about Fantastic Four: The Reckoning War. Why? Because no one else is. Uh, this is a weird one. So it's the current event that's going on in the pages of Fantastic Four, and I think this is the perfect way to do an event. Not necessarily that the story's any good, because it's alright, but the way that the event is being handled, where it's like exclusively in the pages of Fantastic Four and everything else about the book is kind of basically the whole story is in Fantastic Four issues whatever to whatever the latest one is. I think it's 57. It's either 57 or 47. But yeah, I like that it's all being contained in the one book, and you don't have to be buying 3 million books. I'm looking at you, Judgment Day, because Judgment Day is going to have a friggin' tie-in with Fantastic Four. Why an X-Men, Avengers, and Eternals event is going to have a tie-in with Fantastic Four? I don't know, but it is. So okay. I'm not necessarily excited. I'm excited because Eternals are going to be in a big event, and that's interesting, and that's never really been done before. But why does it need 3 million tie-ins? I don't know. And the book that it should tie in with, Eternals, is, not a thing anymore. Anyways, Fantastic Four: The Reckoning War, it's all about the Watchers. It's all about this race of, Plisorians? I can't, for the life of me, remember what the race of villains are called, but they're called the Reckoning, and they're doing bad stuff. They want revenge on the Watchers because they're like the original sin of the Watchers, and why they became Watchers in the first place, and why they made their vow basically not to interfere with the rest of the world. So somehow, or why they made their vow to watch and never interfere. That's fine. So somehow all these different alien races that are villains in the Marvel universe, like the Badoon, the Chitauri, XYZ. There's a Cormorant who was a villain earlier in the Fantastic Four run that is involved in this, fights Doctor Doom, and that's cool, I guess. Would be better if it wasn't handled by someone who doesn't really know how to write a comic anymore. But that's my biggest problem with this, is that it would be a cool story if it wasn't handled by Dan Slott. Dan Slott gets She-Hulk in this book, and that's cool because Dan Slott writing She-Hulk is like the one character that he gets, and the one character he has a solid voice for, but he's not allowed to portray his voice for She-Hulk because it's inside of a Fantastic Four book, and all of his decisions are just wasted potential. It's just what you could have done to make a really cool story, and then every moment lasts like 5 seconds or lasts like a page, and then it's over. I apologise, I just woke up. Fucking hell. But there's this moment where there's this big thing called the Forever Gate. There's been a big thing in Dan Slott's Fantastic Four run. But they blow it up with Valeria Franklin, Alicia Masters, and the two, like the Kree and the Skrull kid that Ben Grimm adopted. They blow up the Forever Gate, and Ben thinks that his kids and his wife are dead. So he starts beating on Reed, and then Reed's just like, oh yeah, they're not actually dead. The explosion wasn't actually that big, and they can still use the Forever Gate, turns out. So that entire moment, that whole issue was pointless and wasn't needed at all. So like everything just gets like glossed over, and this whole idea that Reed Richards has now like absorbed all of the like knowledge of the Watchers, but it's slowly killing him. That's really interesting. A better writer could do something really cool with that, but because it's Dan Slott, it just becomes like a thing that he says every like 5 minutes. He's like, oh, I'm gonna die in a few days. Oh, I've only got 48 hours to live. Oh, I'm gonna die. Oh, did I remind you I'm going to die? And that sucks. It's a cool story plot point, and it sucks. It's stupid. They turn something cool into something stupid. Doctor Doom gets his play in this story because he's been like a main character in this Dan Slott run, as he should be for every Fantastic Four run, but here especially. I like his role because he basically just beats up one of the cormorants and says, hey, you're now mine. Hey, you can do your bidding. You can do whatever you want now. But I would, as a favour, can you help me, defeat this fucking war that's going on? So yeah, that's a cool thing that I liked. Johnny Storm is going around space collecting all of the space-faring superheroes and super teams, like the Space Jammers, the Unrivaled or the Unparalleled, which is a team that Dan Slott brought together earlier in his run, which is actually the best story that he's written so far for Fantastic Four. In 50 issues, he's had like one good story, but yeah, the Unparalleled join Johnny Storm through space, and that's kind of the cool thing, because we actually get to see Johnny Storm basically become Braveheart, which is really cool. But yeah, I really am mixed on this event, because it's being pitched as an event, but it's just the next story arc for the Fantastic Four, and it's ending soon. And I think the concept is cool. I just think they're doing too little with it, and the fact that it has to be concentrated on the Fantastic Four kind of bums me out. And the fact that it is Dan Slott writing, a team book where he wants to write basically anyone but the team. Dan Slott has this thing, and this is me being like a critic on Dan Slott's writing style, but he has this thing, and he's had it for every run that he's done, where he loves to focus on the side character. He loves to focus on the B plots and the C plots, and never really work. Like his Iron Man run. His Iron Man run was all about Jocasta and Machine Man, and their will they, won't they. when he was on Spider-Man, he was all about the side characters, all about the B-plots, you know, and as much as I like a good side character and I like character development, I feel like when you've got a whole team of characters and you want to focus on basically everyone else, the focus for Dan Slott's entire run has been Franklin, Valeria, Alicia Masters, the two kids, and they've had almost more character growth than any of the Fantastic Four, any of the main team. So like, and like the Unparalleled, they've had the most, or not the Unparalleled themselves, but the one like bird woman that came back with Johnny Storm was going to get married to him. Oh yeah, and Doom and his new wife, Victorious, I think her name is. She's had way more play. I think she's said more things than Reed has said in this entire book. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. There's one more issue. One last issue could be what tips me over. It could be like, this is a great story, or it could be this is stupid. A thing that I did like is that Uatu had been imprisoned by the rest of the Watchers because he'd, you know, betrayed his oath for one more time, which was deemed too many, and he's like strapped to this chair where he has to watch every what if, you know, and he's watching this one where what if the Watcher didn't get involved when Galactus came to Earth for the first time, and he sees that Reed would have found a way, but then he would have kept on finding ways, and it would have destroyed the universe. So him getting involved was important in the first place. So that, I think that's a cool idea. Again, handled with a better writer like Chip Zdarsky, then it would have been a lot better. I just feel like Dan Slott is an ideas man. He's got so many good ideas, and this book is testament to that. But it's just his writing just puts him so far back. Because he's a guy that like his bread and butter is a comedy book. His bread and butter is She-Hulk. Really, She-Hulk has been the best thing he's done, apart from maybe the start of his Spider-Man stuff. But his bread and butter has always been She-Hulk, and you take him out of that, and he doesn't know what he's doing. He wants She-Hulk to appear in every book, and this is a different She-Hulk than what he wrote before, so it doesn't work. It doesn't make sense, and there's just so much going on. There's too many characters, and the event's too short. That's my biggest thing. Is that Dan Slott wants to do so many things, and he wants to set up so many ideas. He wants to do so much, and you know, every member of the Fantastic Four is in a different point. I haven't talked that much about what Invisible Woman's doing, because she's not doing anything. It's like the theme song. Sue Storm fades from sight. Yeah, Sue Storm can go away. But yeah, that's the biggest thing with this story, is we've had 2 issues of Sue Storm doing nothing. We've had 2 issues of, you know, Ben and Reed stuck on a planet doing nothing, and Johnny Storm basically being the MVP of the Fantastic Four again, but it's difficult to side with Johnny Storm because Dan Slott just recently wrote a story where he cheated on his girlfriend with fucking Doctor Doom's bride-to-be. So how are we meant to get behind Johnny Storm now ever again when he slept with his arch enemy's bride-to-be the night before her wedding, when his best friend was invited as the best man of his arch enemy? Like, what? That's an actual story in Fantastic Four, and it's stuff like that I realise and I figure is probably why no one's reading Fantastic Four at the moment, because it's so ridiculous and stupid. But yeah, I like the ridiculous and stupid stuff. Like, I was enjoying that Bride of Doom run, or Bride of Doom arc. It's just this, nothing's happened. Nothing has happened. It's called The Reckoning War, and The Reckoning are not even characters. They're not even characters. I feel like Dan Slott wanted to be like, we'll make this new villain, and he's going to be like Null, right? And he's going to be as popular as Null. No. It's just a stupid design and not nearly as interesting. And not even a character. You're not spending enough time on your villain to really build them up. But anyways, if you're reading Fantastic Four at the moment and you know what's going on in Reckoning War, which is big fat nothing, let me know in the comments below. Let me know in the comments below what your favourite Fantastic Four run is. And let me know what your favourite Fantastic Four movie is, because mine is The Incredibles. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. If you enjoyed this one, leave a like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Peace.